events.
Cheese. Amber, did you have something to add to that?
I had to go to Ace events once too, actually. I wouldn't be here today actually if it weren't for going to Culver. And like for example,
Really hard at it, and I realized that there are thousands, millions of wonderful watercolor painters out there. And so I thought, gee, what can I do to be a little different? I mean, I know everybody has their own unique vision of the world, and what you do has to be innately original and unique because you are. But I wanted something even more unique than that. So, you know, I just started thinking, well, what would happen if I made it three-dimensional? I sort of messed around with origami a little bit. When I was a high school teacher, I would always assign a three-dimensional watercolor just to see what they would come up with. And I had started one as an example, and I thought, well, what's a unit of design that I can repeat without going crazy? And, you know, I hit upon this cube-like thing that I could just fold, paint the watercolor paper on both sides because I love watercolor. I can't get away from that, although sometimes I do. But anyway, it just sort of evolved out of, it morphed, yes, and it's continuing to morph. And you know, that I started collaging things on it and adding bits and pieces of found objects and what would happen if I paper punched stuff, and then I discovered the world of scrapbooking supplies. And then I thought, oh my gosh, there's all these different...
Everybody has to contribute, both in rent, we pay rent, all of us have to share in the rent, and then also we all have to contribute in working there, in some capacity. So, it's a loose feeling group, but it's still a business, and we are incorporated as a business. So,
and if someone should not be in the gallery, then when we have our monthly meetings, then you could submit work, and then people would vote to see if you would be accepted. So, it is much more structured than it appears.
yeah.
Does anybody else have a question?
I have a question. I can't remember which one of you lovely ladies painted it, but there's an acrylic, I believe, up here. It's the trees and the kind of the sunlight coming through it.
Very
To the right. She's not here tonight,
Okay.
but go ahead and try and ask it. We'll see if we can buy our way through it.
I was noticing that it's all live branches and there's one dead branch top center. I was wondering if it signified anything or if it adds to the realism.
Wow, I never noticed that.
Is it, oh, that one right there with the little boy?
Yeah, walking.
At the same time, she's got the young child at the bottom, and like, is that like a symbol of life and death, or young and old? I think it's very deep, and that's what she planned.
Maybe just a compositional, you know, to balance off the child and the mother.
And you know, that's been in the galleries and ever since I've been
I've
there.
never even noticed that.
Me
That's
either.
so interesting.
That's
Yeah.
And another interesting thing about Mary Ann is that she came and we juried her in as a photographer.
Wow.
She didn't really paint before that. She had a few pieces that were pen and ink of like bonsai trees, but really she was basically a photographer, and so she's kind of developed into, and boy, she's really taken on.
I believe you were her teacher son too, weren't you?
She comes to my class, that's all.
We also have a program supporting either established artists or emerging artists. We call it our featured artists. So every month, we're kind of off this year because of our special anniversary celebrations, but on the regular years, each month we have a guest artist, and their work hangs for a month in the gallery. We have a reception for them.
To throw out there that what I did upstairs is I have an intaglio print. In the middle, it's a soft ground, and it's something that I experiment with the collage. And I put that up there as a teaching tool for those of you that are interested in printmaking, so you can see that it doesn't have to just be a print. You can print on top of your papers and collages and paintings and decals.
Personally, for me, sometimes, yeah, there's really only one or two out of maybe 300 paintings that I've done that I feel like, gosh, I wish I still had that one. But for the most part, you know, you do get money for your artwork, and then you gotta have money to be able to eat and pay your house. for the most part, I mean, I figured that's what I'm here to do. And I love the idea that someone appreciates my artwork enough that they do want it as a part of their life. And so that, it's very rewarding to answer.